Chris Mannix for SI.com here with SI.com's Ben Golliver. And Ben, that was one of the most dynamic scoring performances I've seen in a half in all time. What did you think of the way San Antonio was able to put up points in the first half?
We knew their offense was awesome. We've seen it a bunch here during the playoffs, whether it was against the Blazers, against the Thunder, but we haven't seen them quite like that. I mean, it was just an unbelievable first quarter, keyed mostly, I thought, by Kawhi Leonard. You know, you can't say this very often, but I thought he outplayed LeBron James on both ends of the court, and he was really the difference here tonight.
I tell you what, I was really impressed with the adjustment that Greg Popovich made in inserting Boris Diaw into the starting lineup. Boris, he's a very good player, but he wasn't really much of a factor in the first couple of rounds of the postseason. Second half of the Oklahoma City series, he steps in, plays great basketball, and Popovich shows the confidence in him, taking Thiago Splitter out of the starting lineup. And I feel like when Boris Diaw is in the lineup, that ball movement is so much better. They had 21 assists tonight on 38 buckets. It felt almost like so much more seeing him out there having that kind of effect on facilitating the basketball.
No question, and that's what he was harping on after Game 2 when they kind of broke down in the second and fourth quarters of Game 2. I mean, that's what I was talking about, preaching, ball movement. You get the face-up Diaw who can move the ball, pass the ball like a guard, even though he's a big-bodied guy. He can also, hang with Rashard Lewis on defense. You don't have the mismatches there. I mean, it really was a smart move on both ends.
You mentioned Kawhi Leonard, and Greg Popovich has said so many times that Kawhi is the future of this franchise. He is going to inherit the mantle from the Big Three whenever it is that they actually wind up retiring. What is the most impressive part of his game?
I think it's the all-around polish. I mean, look how far he's come during this short career. To me, he's the second best small forward in the Western Conference right now. I put him right behind Kevin Durant. I'm not sure who else is even in that conversation. Maybe a Gallinari, maybe a Batum. But to me, I mean, he has all-star potential, if not next season, then shortly down the road.
Yeah, and I think the ceiling for him is incredibly high. I mean, people have thrown out the name Scottie Pippen to me when discussing his potential future, and I think that's realistic. I mean, he came into this league without much of a real jump shot. Tim Duncan talked about it tonight. He didn't think that Kawhi Leonard was going to develop into the player that he's done so quickly. He's already developed into a reliable, nearly 40% in the postseason three-point shooter. He's starting to get that off-the-dribble game, and he plays such an intelligent brand of basketball that over these next couple of years, just through the passage of time, he's going to become a better player.
Yeah, I mean, they're all concerned down in San Antonio. What happens when Duncan retires? What happens when Popovich goes with him? I mean, you talk about the core of a Tony Parker and a Kawhi Leonard. That's still a 50-win team, right?
Absolutely. And San Antonio is going to expect a lot from Kawhi Leonard on Thursday night, and Miami certainly have to try to find a way to stop him.